Hello students, today we will discuss new topic of chapter vector calculus, that is line integral. So line integral is defined as integration f of x dx, where integration is taken from x equal to a to x equal to b along the x-axis. In this line integral, integration is taken along the curve C. Here in your diagram you can see integration is taken from point A to point B along, and this curve is called C, along a curve C. So if we are integrating here from point A to point B along a curve C, then this is called line integral. So line integral is given by integration x equal to a to x equal to b. Here x equal to a means point A, okay, and x equal to b means point B. So this is basic introduction of line integral. Now let suppose f bar is a vector field defined at every point of a curve C. Okay, suppose f bar is a vector field which is defined at every point of a curve C, and r bar is any position vector of point P on the curve C. Okay, then line integral of f bar over a curve C is defined by integration f bar dot dr bar over a curve C. Clear? This is basically definition of line integral. Line integral is defined as integration f bar dot dr bar, and here C is written because we are integrating along a curve C. Clear? So here f bar is any vector and r bar is position vector. Clear? So f bar can be written as f1i plus f2j plus f3k dot, and dr bar means dxi plus dyj plus dzk, because we know r bar is given by xi plus yj plus zk. So dr bar will be dxi plus dyj plus dzk. Okay, now we have to find the dot product of these two vectors. So it will be f1 dx, because I dot I is 1, okay, j dot j is 1 and k dot k is 1. So f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 dz. This is our line integral. Now suppose our curve is closed curve, then symbol of line integral is given by integration over C, but here you have to make a circle because now our curve is closed curve. Okay, like this, as you can see in the diagram, this is closed curve. Okay, because their starting point is A and ending point is B, and both points are same. So if initial point and ending point are same, then that curve is called closed curve. Okay, so if we are integrating over a closed curve, then symbol will be this integration C. Here we have to make one circle. Okay, now let us study fundamental theorem of line integrals. So what is fundamental theorem of line integral? So in that theorem, suppose f bar is any vector which is given by f1i, f2j plus f3k, okay, whose components are continuous throughout an open connected region D in space, then there exists a differential function phi such that f bar is equal to gradient phi. Now what is gradient phi? Gradient phi is defined as del phi by del x I cap plus del phi by del y j cap plus del phi by del z k cap. If f bar is equal to gradient phi, if and only if for all points A and B in region D, then the value of line integral is independent of the path joining A to B in region D. This is very important point. So what is fundamental theorem? It is if f bar is equal to gradient phi, then line integral is independent of the path joining A to B. Okay, means line integral will be independent of the path joining A to B. Okay, if f bar is equal to gradient phi. Okay, if that means if the integral is independent of the path from A to B. Okay, independent means value of line integral will be same for all paths. Okay, it will not depend on path. Okay, so for that f bar must be gradient phi. Indirectly we know if f bar is equal to gradient phi, then curl f bar is 0. Okay, so if in any example curl f bar is equal to 0, then we can say line integral is independent of path. Okay, now if we have to find the value of line integral for this case, then it is given by integration a to b f bar dot dr bar. And what is f bar? F bar is gradient phi, because we are discussing for this line if the integral is independent of the path. Okay, so for that we can write down f bar is equal to gradient phi. So gradient phi dot dr bar. Now what is gradient phi? It is del phi by del x I cap plus del phi by del y j cap plus del phi by del z k cap dot. What is dr? It is dxi plus dyj plus dzk. Okay, so dot product of these two will be del phi by del x into dx plus del phi by del y into dy plus del phi by del z into dz. Okay, so by total differential concept we can write down this as a d phi. Okay, integration a to b d phi. Now if we integrate this thing, we will get phi b minus phi a. Okay, so this is fundamental theorem. So fundamental theorem will help us to determine whether line integral is independent of path or not. Okay, so for that we have to check this thing, f bar is equal to gradient phi. That means curl f bar is equal to 0. So in example, if we are getting curl f bar is equal to 0, then we can say that line integral is independent of the path joining a to b, and its value can be found by this. Okay, now let us discuss example number 1, that is find the work done when a force moves a particle from the origin to the point 1, 1 along the curve y square equal to x. So here we have to find the work done. So this is application of line integral, because we know the line integral is given by f bar dot dr bar. Now here f is force and this is displacement. So you know very well, product of force and displacement will give us work done. So work done is given by integration f bar dot dr bar. Here r bar is given by xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, so dr bar will be dxi plus dyj plus dzk. So we have to find the dot product of these two, f bar and dr bar, f bar dot dr bar. So f bar is this, x square minus y square plus xi minus in bracket 2xy plus yj cap dot dxi plus dyj plus dzk. So we will get x square minus y square plus x dx minus 2xy plus y dy, because I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1. Okay, now we have to find this integration along this curve, that is y square equal to x. So if y square equal to x, then we can write down 2y dy is equal to dx. Differentiating both sides, we will get 2y dy is equal to dx. Okay, now here we are converting whole this expression in the form of y. We have two options, either we can convert this expression in the form of x or in the form of y. Here we are converting in the form of y. Okay, so if we are converting in the form of y, then limit of y will be from 0 to 1, because here you can see we have to integrate from the origin to the point 1, 1. So limit of y will be 0 to 1. Okay, because y coordinate will be here 0 and here it will be 1. Okay, so limit of y will be 0 to 1. Integration of this f dot dr is this. Okay, so we will integrate this term. Now simply replace x by y square. Okay, so here we will get y raised to 4 minus y square. X, instead of x we have to write down y square, and instead of dx write down this 2y dy. Okay, so this is again 2y cube plus y dy. In short, we have to convert whole expression in the form of y. Okay, you can also convert in the form of x. Okay, then simply integrating all terms we will get this. Okay, and after putting limits, final answer will be minus 2 by 3. So this is our work done. Clear? Now let us discuss example number 2. Find the work done by the force over the curve r of t is equal to ti plus t square j plus t cube k, where t varies from 0 to 1, from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1. Okay, so here different type of curve is given, that is r of t is equal to ti plus t square j plus t cube k. In the parametric form it is given. Okay, so we will compare with this standard form, that is xi plus yj plus zk. So we will get x equal to t y equal to t square and z is equal to t cube. Okay, now find out dx. Dx will be dt. Here dy is equal to 2t dt and dz is equal to 3t square dt. Okay, we have to find out the work done. Therefore work done is given by f bar dot dr bar. Okay, here f bar dot dr bar means dxi dyj plus dzk. So we will get these terms y minus x square dx, okay, z minus y square dy plus x minus z square dz. Okay, now we will convert all these terms in the form of t, okay, by putting these values. Y equal to t square, put y equal to t square, replace x by t, okay, and replace z by t cube, replace dx by dt, dy by 2t dt and dz by 3t square dt. So we will get answer in the form of t. Okay, then we will take integration of these terms. Okay, and here limit of t is given from 0 to 1. In the question it is given t varies from 0 to 1. Okay, then simply integrating all the terms we will get this answer. Okay, and further simplifying, minus 1/3 is minus 2/3. Okay, and if you take LCM you will get the answer as 29 by 60. This is our final answer. Okay, so this is example number 2 in which curve is of parametrization type. Parametric curve is given. Clear? Now let us discuss example number 3. If f bar is given by 2xy plus z cube I cap plus x square j cap plus 3x z square k cap, then show that line integral is independent of path of integration. Okay, and hence find the integral when the c is any path joining from 1 comma minus to 1 and 3 1 4. Okay, so here we have to show that line integral is independent of path of integration. So as we have discussed earlier, fundamental theorem of line integral. So by fundamental theorem of line integrals we have to show one thing: curl f equal to 0. If curl f equal to 0 vector, then line integral is independent. Okay, so here we are finding curl of f bar. Curl of f bar is given by determinant I j k del by del x del by del y del by del z. Okay, and first component of vector, that is 2xy plus z cube x square 3x z square. Okay, now solve it by determinant. Okay, you will get these terms, and after simplification here we are getting 0 minus 0, 3z square minus 3z square, 2x minus 2x. Okay, by taking derivatives of these terms. Okay, so finally we are getting answer 0 vector. So by fundamental theorem, if curl f bar is equal to 0 vector, then this line integral is independent of path c. Okay, so whatever the path it is, we will get same answer for all paths. That is the meaning of this term. Okay, now here we have to find the value of its integral for this path. Okay, value of the line integral. So value can be found by, for that we have to find the scalar potential phi. Scalar potential phi can be found by f bar is equal to gradient phi. Here f bar is a given vector, gradient phi is I del phi by del x plus j del phi by del y plus k del phi by del z. Now comparing the coefficients of I, j and k both side, we will get del phi by del x is equal to 2xy plus z cube, del phi by del y is equal to x square, and del phi by del z is equal to 3x z square. Now as you know, we have to find the scalar potential phi, so we will integrate equation 1 with respect to x. So we will get 2y, integration of x is x square by 2, integration of z cube is z cube x, plus some constant, that is some function of y and z, because if we are integrating with respect to x, then y and z are constant. Okay, so answer of phi is this. Okay, now integrating equation 2 with respect to y, we will get x square y plus some function of x and z, because whenever we are integrating with respect to y, then x and z are constant. Okay, same way integrating equation 3 with respect to z, we will get 3x in bracket z cube by 3 plus some function of x and y, because x and y will be a constant. Okay, so combining all these three, we will get pi x square y plus xz cube plus some constant c. Okay, here x square y here it is x square y, so we have to write down only one time, as we have discussed earlier. If there are repeated terms, then you have to write down only one time. Here xz cube and xz cube, so you have to write down only one time. Okay, and plus constant c, because these three are constants, so it can be written as plus c. Okay, now what will be the work done? Work done is given by integration f bar dot dr bar. Now what is f bar dot dr bar? We can write down f bar dot dr bar as directly d phi, because we have discussed earlier, whenever line integral is independent of path, then directly we can write down f bar dot dr bar as d phi, as we have discussed in theory. Okay, here it is, f bar dot dr bar is equal to d phi whenever it is independent. Okay, so directly we have to integrate just d phi. So what is integration of d phi? It is 1 d phi is phi. Okay, and limits are from 1 comma minus 2 1 and 3 1 4. It is given in the question. Okay, so what is phi? It is x square y plus xz cube plus c and limits. Okay, so here we will put upper limit. Upper limit of x is 3 and upper limit of y is 1 and z is 4. Clear? So upper limit of z is 4. So putting all these values, in place of x we will put 3, in place of y we will put 1, in place of z we will put 4. Okay, minus putting lower limit. So in lower limit we have to replace x by 1, y by minus 2 and z by 1. We will get this. Okay, so further simplifying all this term, we will get answer 202. Okay, so final answer is 202. So this is our final answer of this question. Okay, now I am adding one question in example number 1. Is the work done different when the path is straight line y equal to x? Here I am adding one question, that is the work done different when the path is straight line y is equal to x? So for that you have to find this value of curl f. Just find out curl f bar, and if curl f bar is equal to 0 vector, then by fundamental theorem of line integral we can say that line integral is independent of path. Okay, so if you are getting curl f bar is equal to 0 vector, then line integral is independent of path. So that means you will get same answer for all paths. Okay, so here, as you have calculated earlier, answer for this path y square equal to x, answer for this path is minus 2 by 3. So if you are finding for another path y equal to x, then you will get same answer, minus 2 divided by 3, if the line integral is independent. Okay, so this is the meaning of independent. Independent of path means you will get same answer for all paths if the line integral is independent of path. And to check whether it is independent or dependent, we have to find out the curl f bar. If curl f bar is equal to 0 vector, then we can say line integral is independent of path. So here in this example, if you are getting curl f bar is equal to 0 vector, then answer of line integral for path y equal to x will be same. So we will get same answer. Okay, thank you for watching this video.